The deal of Phyllis and Kane, Sienna vs. Kyle, and Sally's Risk the Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Friday, October 24, 2025. In the next episode, fans can expect Sally Spectra to take a risk for Audra Charles. Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby come to an understanding. Also, Kyle Abbott tries to pry intel from Sienna Bacall. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Make sure to check out our weekly Y&R spoilers, here. Sally Spectra's Risk. Let's start off with Sally, who will go out on a limb for Audra. This most likely has to do with Audra needing a job. Of course, she might also have heard about Noah Newman's car accident. Audra has a dicey history with Noah, but it seems like she has always cared very much for him. So, Audra might turn to Sally to get updates about Noah's condition. Read more. Find out what transpired in the most recent Y&R episode. Sienna Bacall vs. Kyle Abbott. Kyle will insist that Holden Novak is concealing something in Los Angeles. The man has an idea that Sienna knows something and he will go to her for information. However, Sienna is a no-nonsense gal and I don't see her being very polite with Kyle. In fact, Sienna just might warn Kyle that if he doesn't stop nosing around, he could have a similar fate to Noah. Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby's deal. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, October 24 reveal that Phyllis and Kane will come to an understanding. Red wants to use the AI program to get everything she wants in life, so she basically stole it. However, Kane knows that Phyllis did something with the program. As a result, they will come to an agreement. Read this. The Young and the Restless Sharon case spills twists and turns. What's next in Noah mystery story? Friday, October 24, 2025. Over with Claire Grace Newman. She was really affected by Noah's coma. It seems that it could remind Claire of the last time she saw her father alive. It was in a hospital room just like that when Claire and Victoria Newman had to say one final goodbye to Cole Howard. So, that could have an effect on Claire. Could Claire have more panic attacks, which lead Holden to come to her rescue again? Or is Kyle right about something being very off about Holden? Is he a contributing factor in any way to Noah's current coma? Phyllis and Victor's deal. Kane's warning. Chelsea horrified. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for the week of October 27, 2025. It depicts Michelle Stafford's Phyllis Summers, who is attempting to negotiate with Victor Newman. Jack Abbott is warned by Kane Ashby. Also, Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, is horrified over Billy Abbott's violence. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Kane Ashby's precaution. Let's start off with Kane, who will issue a warning to Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott. The tycoon goes to the couple and says he's there to give them a warning. Naturally, Diane and Jack believe that Kane is the only real threat in Genoa City at the moment. The man will tell them that there is a potential and even more serious threat to Jabot. Phyllis Summers' bold move. She has taken Kane's AI program so she can make her own deal with Phyllis over there. However, the redhead informed Kane that Victor must have taken the program. Then, in a preview clip, Phyllis turns to Victor and admits what she did. Then, she tells Victor that she is the one who stole the AI program, and now she wants to make a deal with the Newman patriarch. Billy Abbott's violence. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 27 reveal that the preview clip also shows Billy Abbott punching Adam Newman. Judging by the look on Adam's face, it seems he set Billy up to react that way. However, when Chelsea walks into the room and sees Adam on the floor, she is horrified. Then, Chelsea's expression toward Billy says it all. Week of October 27, 2025. Over in Los Angeles, fans might also see what happens next with Claire Grace Newman and Holden Novak. There is also the investigation into who ran Noah Newman off the road and why. Right now, Sienna Bacall is looking suspicious. She may not be to blame, but I believe she knows who is involved and is protecting them for some reason. As for Tessa Porter and Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, their stories should also progress. Although Tessa appears to be moving on with Daniel Romalotti, Jr., is it possible that she will regret her decision? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of October 27, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Burrow's difficulty, Kyle's growing obsession, and Nick's investigation. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 27th suggest some curveballs. Fans can expect Detective Burrow, Matt Cohen, to face some complications. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott will continue digging for dirt on Holden Novak. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers' new dynamic. Let's begin with Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby. Kane was willing to give up the AI program for the chance to meet Lily Winters again. Phyllis, on the other hand, has her own ideas for the program. That led to Kane confronting Phyllis. After they exchange some heated debates, they will come to a new understanding. Nick Newman's investigation. Nick and Sharon Newman will keep hoping that Noah Newman wakes up in Los Angeles. The mother is staying at the hospital around the clock to wait for Noah to awaken. Meanwhile, Nick has been searching for answers on who could have run his son off the road that night. While Sienna Bacall does introduce herself to Nick, she doesn't give him any intel about Noah. Meanwhile, the deceptive Detective Burrow will face complications of his own, especially since Nick is having Victor Newman look into things. Kyle Abbott's intensifying obsession. According to the spoilers for The Young and the Restless for the week of October 27th, Kyle's obsession with locating dirt on Holden will grow. It's possible that the young man will insist that Holden was somehow involved in Noah's crash. Later, Victoria Newman will end up going to LA as well. So, the woman will check on Claire Grace Newman as well as Noah. Week of October 27th, 2025. Fans can also expect Daniel Romalotti, Jr., Michael Graziardi, to face some unexpected twists with Tessa Porter. What does this mean for Tessa's future with Mariah Copeland? Do Taraya even have a chance anymore? Fans don't want Daniel to be hurt, but Daniel needs to move on from Heather Stevens. Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra ought to experience additional drama and tests. While the redhead is making strides to make her dream come true, could Billy once again ruin everything for her? Fans will have to keep watching the soap to find out, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of October 27th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. To find out what happens next, remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus. In The Young and the Restless, Sally Spectra has always been a character defined by her fiery determination and emotional depth. She's not one to sit back and watch life unfold. Instead, she takes daring leaps, sometimes to her detriment, but always with heart. According to the spoilers for October 24th, 2025, Sally will put Audra Charles in jeopardy by taking a significant risk, marking yet another instance in which she allows compassion to prevail over caution. While the full nature of this risk remains unclear, all signs point to Sally stepping into a situation that could easily backfire, either professionally or emotionally. Audra, who has a complicated past filled with ambition, betrayal, and tangled relationships, may be facing another crossroads in her life. She may be seeking redemption for a series of poor decisions or may be desperate for a new opportunity in light of her recent troubles. Sally may feel compelled to assist her because she understands what it's like to be ostracized or judged harshly. This act of compassion, however, may place Sally in a vulnerable position. The business world of Genoa City is ruthless, especially for women like Sally, who've clawed their way up the ladder. Offering Audra a second chance could jeopardize Sally's own standing, especially if the move angers influential figures like Victor Newman or Nick Newman. On a personal level, this storyline also intertwines with the emotional turmoil surrounding Noah Newman's car accident. The connection that Audra has to Noah adds yet another layer of tension. She clearly still cares a lot about him, despite their turbulent past, and the accident has shaken her to the core. The extent to which Sally has developed as a person is demonstrated by her willingness to serve as a bridge, whether it be by relaying information or advocating for Audra. No longer motivated solely by ambition, Sally's actions reflect genuine compassion. But as every Y&R fan knows, good intentions rarely go unpunished in Genoa City. Her decision may drag her into the ongoing web of secrets, lies, and suspicions surrounding Noah's mysterious accident. Sienna versus Kyle, clash of power and secrets. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, the storyline heats up between Kyle Abbott and Sienna Bacall. Kyle, reeling from Noah's accident and consumed by suspicion, begins to believe that Holden Novak knows more than he's letting on. Determined to uncover the truth, Kyle sets his sights on Sienna, convinced she holds critical information. This sets the stage for an intense confrontation between two strong-willed characters. Sienna Bacall is depicted as a fierce, unflinching woman who is sharp, cautious, and resistant to being intimidated. When Kyle approaches her for answers, his usual charm and persistence might not be enough. In fact, his desperation could push Sienna to turn hostile. Her warning to Kyle, implying he could meet the same fate as Noah if he keeps digging, underscores just how dangerous this mystery has become. It's no longer about curiosity, it's about survival. The relentless nature of Kyle's father, Jack Abbott, can be seen in his obsession with locating the truth. Kyle, like Jack, frequently allows his feelings to cloud his judgment, and this pursuit of justice may devolve into something more sinister. The young Abbott heir is venturing into territory far outside his comfort zone, trading boardroom battles for life-threatening secrets. If Sienna truly knows something, then her silence may be protecting someone powerful or even dangerous. This dynamic between Sienna and Kyle also reflects a broader Y&R theme, truth versus loyalty. Is Sienna withholding information out of fear or out of allegiance? And what if Kyle's instincts are wrong? The show thrives on moral ambiguity, and this storyline seems poised to push both characters to their limits. Adding to the tension is the ripple effect of Noah's condition. His coma has left many characters shaken, particularly Claire Grace Newman, whose emotional trauma from losing her father is resurfacing. As Kyle's investigation intensifies, he may unknowingly stumble upon secrets that tie multiple characters together, including Claire, Holden, and even Victor's ongoing influence in Los Angeles. The question remains, will Kyle's pursuit of truth lead to justice or to another tragedy? Phyllis and Kane's deal, Red's dangerous game. No Young and the Restless storyline is complete without Phyllis Summers scheming her way into trouble. Known for her cunning intellect and willingness to cross any line for what she wants, Phyllis's latest move proves she hasn't lost her edge. She intends to use the AI program that Kane Ashby stole, which is a potentially revolutionary technology. However, as always, her actions come with consequences. The motives of Phyllis are intricate. On the surface, she claims to want power and control to get everything she wants in life. But underneath, her schemes often stem from deep insecurities and a constant need to prove herself. By taking Kane's program, she may be trying to reassert dominance in a world that has repeatedly dismissed or betrayed her. Yet Kane, no fool himself, quickly catches on and confronts her. The resulting understanding between them could be one of Y&R's most intriguing alliances in years. Their deal likely involves mutual protection and manipulation. Kane, despite being wronged, may see value in partnering with Phyllis, especially if it allows him to regain influence or protect his own secrets. Meanwhile, Phyllis could use Kane's business acumen to legitimize her actions, presenting their collaboration as innovation rather than theft. But the partnership is volatile, built on deceit and self-interest. Things escalate further when Phyllis decides to come clean to Victor Newman, revealing that she, not Kane, stole the AI program. This shocking admission is classic Phyllis, bold, reckless, and strategic all at once. She knows Victor values power plays and might admire her audacity enough to strike a deal. But aligning herself with Victor could place her in even greater danger, especially if he decides to use her or the technology for his own ends. Kane's warning to Jack and Diane about a looming threat to Jabot may also connect to this subplot. Perhaps the AI program has potential applications that could destabilize the company, or maybe Phyllis's meddling will indirectly endanger them. Whatever the case, the fallout from her actions is sure to ripple throughout Genoa City. The broader fallout, connections, consequences, and chaos. Beyond the central arcs of Sally, Kyle, Sienna, Phyllis, and Kane, the week of October 27, 2025, brings a storm of intertwining drama. Detective Burroughs' investigation into Noah's crash faces new complications, possibly linked to Holden or even Sienna's secret. Nick Newman's relentless pursuit of the truth adds more pressure, especially as he enlists Victor's help. Sharon Newman, steadfast as ever, stays by Noah's hospital bedside, praying for his recovery while wrestling with guilt and fear. Meanwhile, the tension between Billy Abbott and Adam Newman explodes in a violent altercation, witnessed by Chelsea Lawson. Her horror at Billy's behavior may reignite old wounds and lead her to question her own loyalties. And while all this chaos unfolds in Genoa City and Los Angeles, secondary stories simmer in the background. Tessa Porter's evolving relationship with Daniel Romalotti Jr., Claire's emotional unraveling, and Victoria's return to LA to support her daughter.